Hey everyone, welcome to GodCast, the official Chariots of the Gods podcast, and I'm your host, Matt Saint-Amour.
The sky was burning. I can feel the hot wind on my face, staring into a black abyss, gazing.
This is Project Genesis, Episode 4 of Vocal Hope, with guest Renaud Jobin. Already Episode 4, yes, and in this one I have a special guest again. Yes, you probably know who it is, Renaud Jobin. Yes sir, the singer for Chariots of the Gods is gonna sit in with us today, and we're gonna talk about stuff like where he began musically, how he got to pick up drums, because yes, he's a drummer first. Yeah, he was in a couple other bands and stuff as a drummer before he became a singer. We're also gonna talk about learning to sing, developing his own vocal style, going in the studio for the first time to record, how that was scary for him, going on the road and getting better, going in the studio again this time, having really a lot of fun. Also, we're going to talk about some of his sexual past a little bit. Alright, anyways, I'm going to shut the fuck up now and let you listen to GodCast.
Tides of war, winds rising, turmoil and rapture. The evil seems so.
Hey, what's up, Renaud? How's it going?
Not.
Yes, you are supposed to answer this. We are recording right now.
I'm sorry. I thought you were doing an intro.
No. I'm gonna do it later.
Like I saw your
That's
face,
how it
like,
works.
oh, I'm doing something now, and oh shit, it's your turn. It's your turn to talk. And,
Yeah. It's right now. It's happening.
Well-
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm exhausted. I've been working like 10 hours today, but
Yeah.
I got my
day.
coffee, so that's all I need.
Good. I got my food. So pardon me if I sound like I have a mouthful. It's a mouthful of Belgian waffles.
It's okay. Waffles are a great excuse for anything. So.
Yes. All right. So you've listened to the other podcast. You kind of know how it works.
Yeah, I listened to a few,
Okay.
so I got a general idea of how
Alright.
general it is.
Okay. So I'm gonna go and dive right in right now.
Sounds good.
Tell us, how did you discover music? What was your musical path that led you to music? Whatever.
That led me to.
Yeah. Well, how did
Well,
you
I mean,
discover?
I was-
How did you discover music?
I was practically born in a bass drum.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I have pictures. I have just a little memories of this, but I would go sleep in my dad's bass drum while he was jamming with his band.
Yeah.
And
Because your dad was in a.
my dad was in a band at that moment,
Yeah.
and they would jam in my house. And I used to live in Vanier, which is like a French ghetto.
In Ottawa.
Yeah, so a lot of weird people. So apparently, I guess we were one of them because
Yeah.
I had like the hippie parents. Just dad went on tour with his band and stuff like that, and he would have really weird jams at night with just. I guess there's no name. It's just sound jams.
just fucked up music playing.
Yeah, really weird music. But it was really cool, and that was my earliest memory of my dad. So I would just sleep in the bass drum, and he would just gently play
Pound
the bass drum, and
yeah.
I guess I would sleep with this. So I guess that's how I discovered music.
Okay. So, and getting off from there, what's the first thing that you remember that wanted, like, that you said, I want to play music because of that? Do you have a particular song or moment or experience in your life that, like, okay, I need to play now?
I think I was in the car, and I was listening to the radio, and I think actually the band was called The Cars.
Yeah, it was like the wee wee.
Yes, that song. This song.
Just what I needed. Just what I needed, or something about the
Just
Cars.
when I knew, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the song, and then I was like, "Oh my god, this is good. I want to buy an album," and that was my goal for that year.
Yeah,
I think I
it's
was
a-
like 6 years old. I'm like, I'm gonna buy an album,
It's a great fucking.
and so I
song.
ended up buying Big Shiny Tunes 2.
Yeah,
And
like in what, 90? That's like 94, 95.
96, I
Yeah.
think, something like that.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
so
Okay, cool.
and on it was Marilyn Manson,
All right.
"Beautiful People," which
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
And oh yeah, like a lot of really cool bands. And at that moment, I was like, I want to be a rock star,
Good.
and so I started playing drums just
Yeah.
here and there, nothing really serious, but the drum set was there, so I started playing.
Yeah, exactly. So like that was my following question. Now your dad also was the drummer for his band. You had like you said, you had a drum kit in the house, and you just started hitting stuff and making sound, or did you have any training? Or
No, I don't
Then-
really. I mean, later on I did get some drum classes only
but
because.
at first you
But at
just
first, no. For like 16
Okay,
years,
okay.
I didn't get any.
okay. But now, like from there on, I mean, how did your musical development go? I mean, as a kid, like at what time, what age do you say you started to play drums?
I started playing drums at around 8 on and off. More seriously, I guess at 12 when I got into high school.
Okay.
My best friend and we were playing in this band called I think it was called Fully Licensed because I had a game called, and I don't even know the story. It was called Fully Licensed. I didn't even know what it meant at the time, and it was pretty bad.
Okay.
Like a really bad.
What kind of music?
Band. I don't know, like easy rock and roll.
Okay, genre like Ramones.
Yeah, something like that.
1, 2, 3 chords kind of thing. Just
yeah, exactly.
Easy, so
and
you make music, and you're like, look, we make noise, and it sounds like something.
Yeah, and I knew a few beats, so I mean that was an excuse enough. Like I wasn't picky about what I was playing. It's just I knew something, so therefore I could play it in the song.
Cool.
And yeah, I guess that's how it happened. I was in high school, and then someone else joined us, and then we started a smaller band, which which didn't have a name for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And we started having shows, which was really really fun because that was the first time we played live.
And you were in high school right there?
Yeah, high school.
Okay. Was it the band called Projet Désaccordé? Did that become that?
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
so it morphed. Your first band, quote unquote, noise making, whatever, fully licensed, became Projet Désaccordé.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, which you were in it with Christian Meta.
Much later on, when I got kicked out of school, and
okay, so he wasn't in the original formation.
No, because I was at one high school, then I got kicked out of that high school for.
What high school were you at?
De Lille.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
did not know that.
In the international program.
Oh, and why did you get kicked out?
Something with math and drugs.
Oh, yeah? Math and drugs?
Math and drugs.
How do they go together?
I flunked math, and I was doing drugs.
Oh, okay.
So,
just weed?
Yeah, just weed, but like on school campus or drinking and stuff like that.
How old were you?
I don't know. I'm like 14, 16.
Oh, all right.
13, 14.
Little rebel you.
Yeah, no, it
with
was
your long hair.
It was pretty rock and roll. I was like a punk,
Yeah, cool. And from there on, like, can you talk about Projet Désaccordé a bit? Because I mean, that was an important part in your life and your musical growth.
Yeah, I mean, the band was really fun. We did a few gigs. We had a few songs. We didn't really have a recording. Like a really serious recording. We did one at some point, and it really didn't sound. It really didn't sound good.
No, was it more like of a live in the room kind of thing, or layered stuff like
we had an EP that was live in the room.
Okay.
And another one which was layered.
Okay, all right.
But it had no body whatsoever. It was just high pitch.
Oh.
But we didn't know what we wanted either, and I think we paid like $600 for it.
Okay.
In a studio that like the guy, he knew what he was doing, but we didn't know what we wanted. So when he said like, "Do you want a guitar fuzz?" It was like, "Fuck yeah, guitar fuzz sounds awesome."
Yeah.
And no, guitar fuzz is not distortion. It's just like
it's a fuzz.
It's a fuzz.
It's a fart.
And so it sounded like a fart. And we oversimplified everything. And
Okay.
It was a great learning experience, but it totally ruined everything.
Like what, the recording, you mean?
Yeah, the recording.
Yeah. You being in the studio, like as a drummer, did it help you?
Yeah, well, you can't avoid the metronome at that moment, which when you're a drummer should be your main priority, is learn how to keep a tempo and not stay on time, which I had a lot of trouble with because I was all over the place.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Like you are in life and in your personality.
Yeah, I was all over the place, and I was trying to get more into the groove of the song, but not the groove like the tempo, but more like a feel, like.
Yeah.
You can be late just a little bit, but it's like it's a
play
sexy late
behind the beat kind of thing.
Just behind
slightly. I think they do that a lot in funk or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't slightly behind the beat, and that pushes the song forward.
Slightly behind or forward, but you need to communicate a little bit, and so there are times to do this, and I had trouble figuring out when.
You used to jam at your place, right? In your basement, or did you have several rehearsal spots?
We had several.
Okay.
Because I moved.
Well, the last one was at your place, right? In your basement
in
near here?
Like
your dad's.
Yeah, I had a house in Montbleu at some point.
Yeah. And, okay. That near.
It was a bunker, basically. It was awesome for this.
Yeah. So that got you to play shows, and you got stage experience from that first.
Yeah, we got great stage experience. It's a different world.
Yeah.
If you compare it to what we're living presently with our band.
Yeah.
I mean, we did shows. We did much bigger shows, and we got paid more.
Yeah.
We had less experience, and we weren't as good.
Yeah.
But it was a more versatile product.
It's like
we could do fundraisers and stuff like that, and people would
French,
come.
Canadian soft rock.
Yeah,
folk,
exactly. You know,
kind
so
of. So it's easy access for people to come in, and I mean it's more easy listening kind of thing.
and also the government kind of likes it. So
Yeah,
because
well,
it promotes.
they fund that stuff.
Exactly.
And,
So
la relève kind of thing.
exactly, and it's saying we don't yell in microphones.
No.
It's all cute, and there's butterflies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
little lesbian girl singer.
yes, she was a great singer though. So that was awesome.
Yeah, no, she was good. Yeah, that got you your first like stage experience and doing the shows and stuff like that. As Chris was saying, also, you know, when he came, like you say, he came in the band later, but that was his first show experiences. How was it having Chris in the band? Because I mean, did you two know each other beforehand?
No, we I think we had another band together, Chris and I.
Really?
Yeah, we had this metal band going on in Montbleu, which didn't.
Don't remember that one.
Yeah, well,
It didn't go anywhere.
it didn't go anywhere. No, we
Okay.
rehearsed a few times,
All
and
right.
I didn't even play. I think
Oh.
because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Okay, all right,
And
fair enough.
Yeah,
So yeah, you met.
but yeah, we didn't have a bass at that moment. Actually, we never played with a bassist before.
Okay, and I know he was playing guitar at first, like he said. Chris,
But not with us.
But was he? No. But I mean, just like in his personal life, like he learned on guitar. But did you in the metal band you were talking about that?
Oh, he was playing bass.
It was still playing bass there.
Yeah.
Okay, at that time. All right, cool. Yeah. So
Yeah, and I was playing drums in the. I actually didn't play drums once, but I was technically the drummer for a while.
yeah. Okay, and so yeah, from there on, you integrated Chris in Projet Désaccordé.
Yeah, it's a mix of me asking Chris, and also I think my guitarist asked Chris on a
Xavier,
different,
yeah.
Xav, in a
Okay.
different occasion.
Yeah.
Which turned out like we were like, holy shit, this is such a small world, and just come on over and stuff.
Did he know Chris as well from school, or 'cause,
No,
I mean,
I have-
Xavier, I don't think he went
No, he
to
went
the
to
same
the-
high school as us.
And I have no idea how he met Chris.
Okay,
But
Chris
he
knows
asked him at
Chris
some
knows
point.
everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody loves Chris.
Everybody wants to know Chris.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, even the ladies. All right, from there on, you had Chris in the band, and that's how he basically asked you to join us. You know, he brought you in as a potential singer.
Yeah, well, I mean, one day we were jamming, just jamming.
Yeah.
And the jam turned into some Rage Against the Machine song,
Mm-hmm.
Killing in the Name of, and I was singing and playing drums, and I started screaming, and he's like, oh, you can grind, because he called this grind.
Yeah, that's
And,
what he was saying. He couldn't hear whatever the fuck you were saying. You were drumming at the same time and yelling, but he was just like, hey, seems to be doing it.
Yeah, so come on over and try for our band. And so I tried.
Mm-hmm.
I tried one time.
Did you? I think I had this debate with Chris. Did you come to his garage, or was it directly at Rich's basement?
Rich basement.
Okay. All right.
Like, so humid.
Yes. Very hot. Fucking.
And
aquarium.
just to point out something as well, it was an acoustic drum. when
It
I got
was,
there.
right?
It was an acoustic drum.
Yeah. Okay. I know. We didn't fucking play through the PV. I played through the shit PV.
Yeah, and I had this old amp, his guitar amp, to sing through.
No. Yeah.
Or was it yours? Anyways, I had some
Yeah.
amp to.
Yeah. It was
Which
on
wasn't
the
loud
high
enough.
gain. Yeah. You
Yeah.
couldn't crank it up enough.
Which is like a distortion box,
Okay.
basically.
So it was an acoustic drum. Yeah. You had Joey's drum, I think.
well,
was
the
it-
Tama.
The Rockstar.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was his.
Yeah, that was his.
Okay.
He sold it later on.
Yeah. All right.
Or his dad took it. Something like that.
Whatever.
Because it's the best drum ever.
Yes, everybody wants it. From there on, how do you remember that night in particular? Because I mean,
Yeah, well, I didn't know any song except Death by Dawn. Death by Dawn.
Dead by Dawn.
Dead
Did
by
you?
Dawn.
Did you? I mean, I think we had met a couple times. I mean, you probably knew. You
Well,
probably
we went
saw
to the same
Chris.
school, so I knew
Yeah.
who you were, but I never really talked to you or anything.
Yeah. But I mean, like probably at parties or stuff like that, like some social gathering or social events. No?
Probably.
But yeah, we saw each other around, but like we didn't hang or anything. So
I mean, I was fairly intimidated that time.
yeah, like at
Well, 'cause I didn't know any of you. So.
yeah, but you're the odd guy out, the new guy coming in, So
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
I didn't have
but
any-
you knew Chris, but
Yeah, but you just try to jam for an hour with no lyrics and no idea what the songs are. So I was just reading the
Yeah.
stuff on the posters.
it's a big Iron Maiden poster.
So
I think,
I said
yeah.
like Iron Maiden a few times. I said like I don't know what poster he had. I think I said fish because he had like fishes for a while.
yeah. And I remember it not being like like you said, we couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, I mean, we kind of a little bit, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh yeah, okay, that's really good or that's really bad. But I mean, I guess we just went. We were like, okay, cool, it's good enough. He seems to be doing a thing. But I mean, then like I think Chris mentioned it, or the big Chris. I don't know. He was saying like, okay, well, we didn't contact you after that or something.
I left for Europe.
Okay.
For about a month.
Where'd you go?
Europe for a month. So I went to.
Okay, like all around.
Yeah, all around.
Okay, not
I just left with my pack sack and.
Okay, all right.
I went there and then.
Is that when you went to fucking
Paris?
Where'd you get kind of robbed by a hooker?
that was
a stripper?
Yeah, stripper.
Want to tell that?
Yeah, all right.
Go for it. That's an interesting story.
Okay, well, I mean, I was just to be fair. I didn't go there for the strip clubs.
No.
It just so happened that I was 18.
Okay.
And I was alone in Paris, and so I went to Pigalle station.
They have a Pigalle there?
It's a whole neighborhood.
Ooh.
Full of strip clubs.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, fuck it. I mean, our strip club, the best one here is called Pigalle. Yeah. I'm in the fucking Pigalle neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I mean, shit's gone real.
Yo, what's going down?
Yes, so I go in the first one, and it's like 2 o'clock. I think it's 2 in the afternoon. And I just go in. It's €10 to get in, and I get a free dance and a free drink.
Okay.
For €10. I'm like,
cool.
That sounds like a bargain. It's awesome. I love Paris.
Yes.
I stay there for 8 minutes. I think it's 2 songs, and ended up costing me like $600.
Fuck.
And I was like panicking. I think it was like €400, and the change rate was
the exchange rate
insane at that moment.
Yeah.
So and I had $600 in my account.
Okay.
And about a week left in Europe.
All right.
So I was like, fuck.
Why? Did you figure out why it was costing you so much?
I didn't know how strip club worked.
In Paris or general? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think it's like that here.
I don't think it's like that here because, I mean, I guess more people would be pissed and less people would go there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not like what you decide to... It's not what you order, basically. It's what you refuse,
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, someone can give you... it's like if you go in a restaurant and someone can give you a shit ton of food.
Yeah.
You have to pay for all that food.
Okay.
You have to say, stop, I don't want this. I didn't know that. So, when a second girl came...
Okay.
And when they were both naked and it was both full contact for 8 minutes, I was like, I didn't know. It's like adding on fees and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's how they get you.
And then she said, do you want to buy me a drink? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, how expensive can a drink be? Well, fuck, it's $200.
Fuck.
Because she bought champagne.
Yeah, she decided what she wanted.
Yeah, she wanted champagne.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And so then I get like 2 bouncers escorting me to the cash machine, and I empty my account. I have like $7 left.
Okay.
Or like 17, something like that. So I think I became a guide for about a week because my hotel was in a really weird corner of Paris.
Yeah.
It's a Korean hotel. It costs like $20 a night.
Okay.
And I got a free meal. It's a really cool place, but they don't speak French or English. You just speak Korean, and it's full of Koreans.
Okay.
And Australians, but they're everywhere.
Good eye.
Yeah, I mean, Australians. Whenever you travel, you'll meet Australians everywhere you go.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Good, they're sexy Australian girls.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just went to the metro station and I said, well, you look like you're looking for this hotel, so like pay my meal and give me like $5 and I'll show you where it is.
All right.
And they were down with it. So
okay, so
survived.
That's how you survived.
That's how I survived.
So, flash forward back to America.
Yeah.
You came back. How did we contact you again, or that whole thing? How did you finally end up being in the band or meeting again? Do you remember that?
I don't remember. No, I started some school or something.
Okay.
I'm not sure where I was at that moment.
I kind of remember maybe asking Chris, like, well, because I think you were still in Projet des Accordés at the same time.
Yeah,
maybe
a
little crossover.
Maybe.
Maybe just asking, like, so, like, is Renaud interested? Because he hasn't called back or he hasn't said anything, and, we're kind of interested. Can you tell him to come back, please? You see him more than us. So I guess he was like, all right, then the story I got was like, well, you didn't contact me, I didn't contact you, so just, like, we were both waiting on each side, I guess, to be like, call.
Yeah, I guess, and I was gone, and my head was somewhere else.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think I started college with Chris, so maybe that's how it happened.
Yeah, probably too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know I came back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I played with you guys a few times.
Yeah.
After that, I think I even learnred a few songs. You know what? I had to learn a few songs because we had our first show like a month after I joined the band.
Yeah, I think so. And it was on Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. All right. And what do you remember from those early days in the band, like from like those pre-EP era?
Songs. I mean, I didn't really start judging the songs as much because it was all new to me.
Yeah.
And some were good, some were stupidly bad.
Yes. I will agree to that.
Especially the lyrics. I mean,
Yes.
you get song like Revolution, which is pretty cool, and then you get
Yeah.
song like Bloodlust or Crush You, which is just plain. It's plain stupid,
Yeah.
but it gets the job done.
Yeah, learning how to build music and stuff like that.
Yeah, and at
Everybody's
that point-
learning their instrument at the same time.
Yeah, and also at this point you just need material. You're not really picky about your stuff.
No, you just gotta get stuff to be out there.
Yeah,
and
you
play.
need a full set. And
Yeah.
So the focus was not on refining what we
like,
had.
okay,
It's just,
we need half an hour.
exactly.
So let's go. You remember that first show because Chris brought it up in Christian Carrière in the second podcast. He was like, "Yeah, man, our first show was in Gatineau at Death Row 6.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that all came, flooding back. I was like, oh yeah, man, first show, no stage. I think I got a picture and your dad's in it.
Yeah, my dad's. Yeah, he had like this weird.
Yeah,
this
a weird
weird
or
costume.
something. Yeah. Do you remember those first couple of shows? That one probably was horrible.
Well, no, it wasn't horrible. It was our first show, and
Yeah,
we
but-
had a okay amount of people there, so that was pretty cool.
There was no major fuck ups, I think. But we played everything too fast, but that's what
We didn't
did.
break anything. I mean, that's
No, yeah.
We obviously fucked up a lot.
Yeah. Then there's the ones at the Uquad, the Metal Mondays.
But they were awesome. Every single one of them were awesome.
Yeah, well, the place was always packed there.
Yeah, well, it's a tiny place, but
Yeah.
I mean,
fills
so
up quick, but
exactly.
there was a lot of people. The energy was high, and good crowd, and it was it was a good set too. I remember that one time where we did an Iron Maiden
I knew
cover,
you were gonna
and you were
mess up.
singing. You hadn't learned the lyrics for some reason. I don't know.
I
you
tried to, but Maiden, they
didn't
just
want-
put a shit ton of lyrics in every song.
Whatever, man. I mean, I can listen to the song and learn the lyrics to Iron Maiden's fucking.
Yeah, but I don't
classic.
listen to
I know
Maiden.
That's the weird stuck. After the story, I want to get into that. That made me think of something. But yeah, basically we did Aces High from Maiden, and the motherfucker right here, he didn't know the lyrics, so he just kept on doing like with the first three lines. There's
Air Raid.
Air Raid coming for the second attack or something
Something,
like
yeah.
that. And he kept singing that.
I knew the chorus.
Yeah, you live to fly to live. Aces High.
It's easy, but it's most of it's.
Yeah. I know you did that, but I mean, Beaver was like, I think he's not singing anything or just saying the same words over and over and again. But all right.
I think he's the only one who noticed.
Yes, now people will know. The
They will
secret is
know.
out.
Yeah, 5 years later, people will know.
But there you go. That's something I hadn't thought about. But going back to your beginning, your musical origin, you weren't the typical you didn't have the same musical background as us. I mean, you kind of were more into the hardcore, metalcore scene, that kind of stuff. I mean, like you said, I remember you saying at first, "I don't like Iron Maiden. I don't know Iron Maiden. I don't listen to Iron Maiden."
Yeah, well, it all
I mean-
sounds the same to me. Well, not today. I mean, I saw them live like last summer. And,
that were in Ottawa.
I know it's not all the same, but to me, all the high-pitched vocals
Uh-huh.
like this for a while.
We're on a
it
podcast,
was
so
all-
putting your hand and saying like this doesn't portray.
well, it's high. My hand is really high
All
right
right.
this. Like
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this to me was all the same band. It was just I guess same people, same singer, 5 different bands or whatever.
But I mean, other stuff like just classic thrash bands like Metallica and stuff like that. I don't think you
But I
went.
didn't listen to this.
No, that's the thing. So you brought in vocally a different style or a different flavor to just the regular hard rock, heavy metal stuff that we other four guys were listening to. So that made a kind of a weird, twisty blend. But I think people saw it as a kind of refreshing new take on things.
Yeah, I mean, at that moment, I was a big fan of Converge, Cradle of Filth, and From First to Last.
Yeah.
And probably Linkin Park as well.
Yeah, maybe. Those first couple of shows and stuff like that. I think we were still playing in the basement, right?
Well, yeah, we played there for a while.
Yeah, there we had we moved to Ottawa to the.
Oh, that was far. That was so far away.
Richard's dad's print shop. Yeah, back near Saint Laurent Center for those who know the city. Did you like it more over there, or
Oh,
Can
definitely.
you talk about it?
This place was awesome to us. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah. For
Not
sure.
necessarily the place we had to play, but I mean, the place itself was enormous.
Yeah. It didn't feel all. I mean, even though we had a little corner and stuff, it wasn't. We didn't feel as crammed up and like.
But we were on the loft, so we had the view of the whole building.
Yeah. So yeah, that was good. I mean,
Yeah.
We still like being on the second story, second floor, or whatever. It was still hotter than being on the floor.
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
But it wasn't as bad as as the basement.
Also, it was pretty practical because later on our studio just moved next door. So
Yeah, I'll get to that a bit later.
Yeah, but
yeah, for when we did our last song there.
yeah,
So
we also had parrots. So we had two
yeah,
birds.
yeah, yes, two
And
cockatoos.
I
I
suspect one of them learned one of your solos.
think. Ooh, you think?
Yeah, part of it. He started doing something afterwards, and it sounded a lot like a solo in Defying Ones.
Cool. Playing there and stuff, we started to have a regular schedule and more songs got developed and stuff like that. And we got tighter because we got to play more shows and get out there. Just playing shows is very helpful to any young band and stuff like that. You got to get out there, get some scene experience and stage experience and stuff like that. So, did you feel that we were getting better in a way? Did you have a feeling of like, okay, yeah, this? There's a growing curve here, and we're going up instead of down.
Well, we didn't take our stuff really seriously until we recorded. I think that's what happened. After we recorded, we were like, yeah, we actually make good music, or we have something to work with. Before that, we were
just as performers from the first days, like of playing at the Uqua to a couple of later shows and stuff like that. Did you feel that? Oh yeah, okay. Even though we were playing the songs really too fast, still that okay, we're pulling it off. I mean, I know that Richard was really becoming very good at drums very fast. I mean, from like not playing at all to being able to do a show. I mean, you probably could see that as well, being a drummer and stuff. I mean, was that something? How did you feel about like, you can see the drummer playing and stuff. I guess you could judge him too, in a way.
Well, I did at first.
Yeah.
Because he was super stubborn and he didn't want to hear shit.
No, yeah, he was like...
Still doesn't want to hear shit, but...
No, but you can
but he's better now,
browbeat him into listening now, so... From, I guess, after those first couple of shows, we had the opportunity to go in the studio for the first time to record. Originally was supposed to be three songs. Sorry. Yeah. How was your experience? I mean, because you can tell us where we were and how it was that whole weekend we went there.
I mean, that was a very scary experience, and we weren't ready.
No, well,
but we didn't know what to expect either.
We hadn't been in the studio, and we didn't know how to prepare for the studio either.
Yeah, which is crucial. It's super important to prepare before you go to the studio.
And we had, I think, just 3 days.
Yeah, we had 3 days with an engineer who didn't really want to do this because it was some other project, and
it was kind of I think we talked about it before, but just like a trading deal. So like, okay, well, you give me some studio time, I give you some printing work from Richard's dad's print shop. So.
Yeah, and Richard's dad told him that we were a rock and roll band. So like to him, it's like, yeah, plug and play, record, and at the end of the day, it's done.
Yes, it ended up being. No, it's a metal band, and we got layers and harmonies.
Yeah, and a lot of solos and group shouts.
Yes, we did not get.
We didn't get them.
I don't think we did.
Probably not.
I think he just doubled or tripled your voice or whatever for those certain things. Yeah, he was super against gang vocals and stuff like that.
Not sure why.
I don't know.
But he was firmly against it.
And Glenn loved them.
I know.
So, I mean, so like your experience from then on, I mean, you say we weren't prepared and stuff?
No, but I think our first, we didn't make a good show until we got in studio either. I think our first good show was at the Mavericks.
Yeah.
I think that's the first show good. I can say, that was a decent show.
We had some good energy and stuff. We had the record out, I think.
Yeah, we didn't have the record out.
But we had recorded it.
Because we got we won. It was a contest, and the prize was actually studio time at the studio we were recording. We got 10 hours.
Oh yeah, true.
At that studio.
That's how we recorded the
last song.
Okay. Being in Perth, because we were recording in Perth, Ontario, at the Audio Valley Studio with Steve Foley.
Mm-hmm.
But how's your experience as a singer? Because I mean, that was the first time you heard yourself raw on tape and being examined by the band. I mean, I know that for us, I think we have footage of us like sitting and hearing Renaud, or just like, okay, we got to get out now because he's about to sing, and I remember you didn't want us to be around, and Steve was like, go out, guys, because it could be very he could be very sensitive about that.
Yeah, it's a very emotional moment because you don't know what to expect. I always hear myself. Actually, I barely hear myself live.
Yeah.
Or when there's a lot of guitars and
always
and drums and all in the full band.
Loud bass.
And usually the mic something peaks somewhere, and so there's distortion on my voice. So I hear something. I know what I'm saying, but I can't hear my voice.
Yeah, I can't hear clearly. So
now I had the raw take in my my headphones.
Yeah.
So that was scary because I'm like, it's not at all how I thought it would sound.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, well, we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, and you don't. It's not a live performance, so you don't have a band playing. So
now it's not the same energy.
So you're alone. It's really weird. But now I know better how to do this. But at that moment, it took a while. It took like 2 hours before I could get a tone that I was okay with.
Yeah, and I mean, even now listening back to it,
I can't stand it now.
You sound so thin and stuff like that, but. Pardon me. But I remember you got more comfortable as the the days went on. I remember I have some scenes that when we filmed, I'm in the booth with you and, recording stuff like that. Like the first couple of takes you took, we had to get out and stuff. But you still did a great job, I mean, for first time in the studio and stuff like that is like...
Well, that was not even a year before... I think it was not even a year after I started the band.
Yeah.
After I joined the band.
Yeah.
Because you can hear the progression between the 3 first songs and the last one, which is Defying Ones.
Yeah, but
that was 6 months later.
Yeah, because like you said, that was originally supposed to be a 3-song EP, and from there on, we kind of like you say, we won a contest, and Steve had moved from Perth, Ontario, to I think it's Liverpool Court, which is just behind the jam spot.
Away.
Yeah, it's just like the next building where we were rehearsing. So, we got 6 months after we got to do that song, and which was good about it. I remember we could rehearse before. I think you demanded it.
Yes, well, I mean,
yes.
if I have a choice,
yes.
I could warm up in a proper environment, I guess you could say.
Yeah, just cranked up the amps. We did the song a couple of times, but we had practiced it more also. That song, not with a click.
We weren't sure to use to play that song because it was fairly new.
Yeah. We still went in, I think, and I mean the energy was different in that place. Being at home and stuff like that, it was more
comfortable, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the song, it doesn't sound quite the same as the rest of the 3 songs. Mm-hmm. It's got a bit more balls to it. It's a bit heavier and stuff.
It's closer to what we do today than just the rest.
Yeah, but I mean, even vocally, that 6 month period, we got a couple of shows in there and stuff, and you matured, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I got more comfortable with the songs, and I knew a bit more what I wanted to do. Wasn't just screaming for screaming. I actually had something to work with.
Yeah. From there, do you have a favorite song of that EP?
Oh yeah, it would have to be the Defying Ones.
And would you state why?
Because it's a more mature sound, and it's more, to me, it's more justified what I do in there.
Okay.
And also, I could say a lot of stuff on the other songs.
Yeah.
It's
all right.
To me, the Signs has too many chorus in there.
Yeah.
It's like it's like an endless chorus at the end.
Like I say, one could argue that Dreams by Aerosmith is only chorus.
Yeah, I guess you would be right.
I would.
But now we started doing this live again, which is killing me, which is like 4 chorus in a row, I think there's the self-titled song.
Yeah.
Which is, lyrically it's just words that you like.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. But
it's like, I like Hands of Faith. I like
this. I like this. That sounds cool. Storm and stuff. Yeah. But Exile's pretty good though.
Exile's good. I hate the tone that I have on this song.
The voice, you mean?
The voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the song itself is good. Actually, we still play it today sometimes.
Yeah. It's a good crowd pumper. I mean, there's a couple of videos.
Yeah, the lick in the chorus is awesome.
From there on, like you said, you explained earlier, we released the album. That got us, a lot of opportunities, I'd say. Personally, I think it opened a lot of doors for us.
Yeah, I think because we had something to show,
which
is something every band should have, is at least
a product to send.
Exactly, because you can ask for shows, but if they don't know what you play, then,
Exactly.
And you don't want them to hear a crappy video of you.
No. From then on, playing the shows and throughout, I mean, the year or so after the release of our first EP, you started to develop more your vocal styles, or a new style, I'd say. I mean, you listen to the record right now, the new record, compared to Reverence. I mean, it's totally different. How would you describe that process?
I think I'm just always trying something. I mean, even now, the way I sing right now is nothing has nothing to do with what's on the album. So it kind of derived from it, but
yeah, of course, it's probably closer than the first one. But
yeah, I think I'm just looking for a really comfortable range, a really comfortable tone that I can have a mix of notes.
Yeah,
like a lot of balls.
Yeah,
and
energy and stuff.
And just
like
keep
that.
a range. You know, I can have high, lows, and like just shouts and.
Yeah,
you can clearly see the difference, and also you can hear the lyrics.
Yeah, also
which is something my parents
like
always point out. But we can't hear what you're saying, and
like, well, you can more on the second one than the first one, and the third one will be better too.
Yeah, so I guess lyrics is something. I mean, what's the point of writing something if you can't hear it?
Yeah, that's my thoughts as well. I mean, I do enjoy. I mean, even though some people are like, "Oh, you can't understand what he's saying," it's like, no, you can clearly understand it.
Yeah, compared to what we do, what we did before, and
and what other bands do as well.
Yeah, well, definitely, yeah.
You know, then we, like I said, we did more shows. We got tighter. We started to incorporate new songs into the set list, like "Blind Assassin," I think was one of them.
Yeah.
"Seventh Weapon," I think, and "Starborn" also. "Revolution."
Actually, most of the album except "Revolution."
No, not all the album. We didn't play.
You're playing live.
Yeah, live.
Okay, I thought writing songs.
No.
They're all pretty much new.
No, but they were written like before we started pre-production and stuff like that. I mean.
Oh yeah.
They, those songs were played. I think a couple of months after our first EP came out. Like "Blind Assassin." I think we played it at the Rock Fest or something. I think I have it.
Sure we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So those songs. I mean, was that the first song I think you wrote lyrics for? A "Blind Assassin"?
No, the first song was what's the name? So we don't play it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Immortals?
No, we never played that one.
No, I know. Which one?
Had something to do with Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics. It was terrible. I didn't get the feel of the song, and we just dropped it. Rich can play it.
You couldn't?
Yeah, for a while. And I was like, yes, someone else can't play this song.
I don't know, man. I'll have to check up, but I don't remember that one. Maybe Dim will know or something.
Yeah, probably will.
But yeah, okay. So, let's say
Together as One. Wait, that's the end.
That's fucking Defying Ones.
No.
We can't together as one.
Damn it, you're right. Okay, it's not that song.
No. Okay, whatever. Let's skip
fine.
that. The following song was "Blind Assassin," I think. Or
I think
"Seventh Weapon."
it was. I think it was.
Yeah, I think you were like, I want a song about in the forest, a song going in the forest.
Take it to the forest.
Yeah, which was not nearly metal enough.
Yeah, no, because I had this fixation on this band called Blood Brothers, and they had this song called "Feed Me to the Forest."
Okay,
and
which is more metal than "Take Me to the Forest."
Take it to the forest.
Yeah,
yeah, but in the lyrics was pretty cool. I mean, someone just going somewhere to beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah, it's like, boy, stop masturbating. Take it to the forest.
Ooh.
All right, and like you said, like we started working on pre-production and stuff because we were approached by Glen Robinson, who had heard our first EP
on
reference,
right?
Yeah, I think so, or something, or through a publicist friend of his or something that went to our show. That's what he said. Yeah. I think our Montreal show at Cafe Chaos. But yeah, whatever. He contacted us and he said he'd be interested in working with us on our next record, whenever that would be. From there, I mean, we just thought about, let's start writing something and let's start working on pre-production. How did you find the process of pre-production?
Well, being Chariots of the Gods, we take forever to take decisions.
Yes.
Not as much anymore, but we used to. I mean, we're like the ants in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's like us.
Yes, we take our time.
Yes, Glen Robinson is real. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that took a while to figure out. Yeah.
But so I mean, I remember like we set up everything and we did basically the record like in demo form and stuff like that. It got our first taste of recording, kind of.
Yeah, that was a great experience.
And we got to practice also, I think, with a click track.
It's great to know the songs especially when you do your own pre-prod.
Yeah.
Like a year before you go in recording, because you can hear your product, you can work it, and you know exactly what it is you're working with, and you're not hearing this MIDI track.
Yeah, and like, okay, this is actually gonna work in like real song with real waves and music waves and stuff like that. And you can actually go in and layer stuff and take out stuff if that doesn't work, and tweak certain elements to make it work. And yeah, at that time also we had moved from Ottawa to where we are right now.
Yeah, the Meat Locker, yeah.
Yes, and so that was closer also to home, so that was fun. We had a bigger facility. It was ours alone, so it wasn't a print shop or anything. So, we had our whole get up there, brought in tables and stuff like that, and we made you a little singing booth with drapes and stuff.
Yeah.
You had some shocks, and
everything was electrified over there.
Yeah,
so
there was too much things. Everything was plugged in, power bars.
Even the walls were giving shocks.
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
That was bad. So
yeah.
Did you like the pre-production? I mean,
I loved it. I just can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
I know I'm pushing you to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Because we have the equipment. I'm like, just give me something to work with. I want to create stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's coming.
Yeah.
Just calm yourself.
But definitely that was.
Yeah, that was
even more fun, I think, than the studio.
Talk about. Yeah, go.
Yeah, because time is not counted. You're really free to to try stuff. Like when you're in the studio, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a job. I mean, you
Exactly.
go in, special ops. You go in, you get out.
Yeah. And someone's pushing you.
Yes. The master's whipping you. So yeah, like from there on, we did the rec. We did our demos. We sent them to Glen. He did some notes. He came down and saw us jam, tried the songs. He pointed out some stuff too. We
impose a metronome.
Yes, also play again with
because we were all over the place.
Yeah, that definitely helped us. I mean, it got us. It grounded us so much. Like the songs when we play them live are better now because we don't rush them.
Yeah. It kills the mood while you're practicing, but if you do one jam with and one jam without, I mean you get both.
Yeah, it's best of both worlds kind of thing. So
then live it shows.
Yeah. Glenn said after coming to see us, okay, well then, guys, you're ready now. You've practiced with a metronome. I think we're good to go. From then, we you weren't there when we did the drums,
which I wish I was, because
you would have loved it. That was amazing. The sound of the room and stuff. It was really a beautiful place. Also,
I look at the photos and I'm full of regrets.
Yes, it sounded amazing with the big speakers.
Yeah, I know.
On the board. It's like really wow. When we did the record, I was alone in Montreal with Glenn for about a month or so.
Yeah.
For all the guitars and stuff like that, and people came over and did their parts. So how was your process? How did you like working with Glen Robinson? How's your experience of the whole thing? I mean, you were there. I think you did two sessions.
Yeah, 2 settings.
Okay, so go talk about that.
2 or even 3. I'm not sure. No, I think I just did 2.
Yeah, I think so. 3 days. I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect because
new guy.
Well, yeah, because the first time I went into a studio with Steve, it was all new and it was really scary, like I said, and I didn't feel comfortable singing a cappella.
We hadn't done as many shows as well. I mean,
now
you were more comfortable. Also, having done many shows, done pre-production on the song, like you said earlier, really helps to know where you're going.
Yeah, and also I discovered this drink, which is half.
Oh, yes.
It really saves. It's 2 pints of. Basically, you just take 2 pints of beer before you record.
Sapporo, I think you bought?
Yeah, but it's half Sapporo and half...
orange juice?
No, grapefruit juice.
Grapefruit,
The pink one.
Yeah.
It tastes awful at first, but then it tastes great.
You get...
and you can drink like 8 beers in, I don't know, like 2 hours and you're good.
You drank a lot, man.
Yeah, I drank a lot in studio.
But it's what you needed for your voice, I guess.
Oh, yeah, just fucking ambition.
Yeah. So yeah, man, the process. I mean, you got... Was it hard to work with Glenn? I mean, I know first off...
No, it's not hard to work with Glenn. He pushes a lot.
Yeah, he's demanding.
But he respects when you say enough is enough.
Also, yeah.
But, I mean, yeah.
He can hear it in your voice as well.
But he made a promise to make me sound like a god in my monitors.
Yeah.
So I would feel comfortable, and yeah, the monitor mix was fucking great. I mean, I wish the album would sound like the monitor mix, but it's a bit too much vocals. But, yeah, it's over the top. You can hear the delay, and there's everything just to make you feel great.
Yeah, well, to get the best take out of you.
Exactly.
And you had an awesome mic also. I mean, a $20,000 mic.
Yeah, something like from
Jason Newsted sang on it.
From like 1208, something from 1908 or something like early century.
No.
Yeah, the bulb.
Oh, the bulb?
The bulb.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the tube inside. Yeah,
The
I don't
tube.
know. I know you're more of the mic guy. You probably talked
He
about
said like
that
it's a
more.
fucking old tube. You can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I was like, yeah, Jason used that microphone. Yoo-hoo.
Okay.
Cool. Fair enough. You did, we talked, like you said, 2 sittings, I think.
Yeah, 2 settings. I mean, if I could redo it though, I would probably redo it.
What do you mean?
Because the whole recording process.
Okay.
Just because now that I know what was accessible to me in
you
the
mean range-wise? Or?
well, I mean the type of microphone and the type of recording we had access to. I didn't know because the first recording we did in a 58.
Yeah.
And, it was pretty straightforward, but I didn't see the possibilities.
Yeah.
But now that I do, I'm like, oh, holy shit, I can do so much more. So that's why I can't wait for the next album.
Yeah, well, we're certainly going to try a shitload of things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a song that was more difficult to sing? I mean, vocally that was demanding, or because I remember we tried Red Sky on the last day, and that was pretty. Your voice was pretty punky. I'd say a rasp on it. It was like
Well, it's a pretty punk song, also.
yeah, but I mean the tone. It sounded good, but I mean I don't know if that was I don't know if that was more demanding to you, but it sounded like it was a strain on your voice. But I mean,
Yeah, well, it was also the day after St. Patty's Day, so
yes, also that did not help.
no.
But I mean, just like performance-wise, was there one where you struggled? You remember?
I would say Collapse, but probably not in studio because that was fairly easy. Live, it's killer, but
Yeah. But I mean, studio, did you have some things you wanted you had wanted to achieve, or that you couldn't get? I mean, I don't know, getting notes or trying out stuff. Do you remember some of that? Because I mean, there's some layering of vocals, like lowers and mids or highs and lows and stuff like that to create that certain mood.
yeah, and I struggled with Blind,
Okay.
Blind and Starborn. But they are also I think they're my favorite vocally, yeah.
The takes you did on Starborn were amazing. I mean, you know, that kind of like, I think I talked to it with Chris or whatever, the 5% pig squeal that we did on the.
It's 4% big squeal.
4%.
4%.
Okay, so that's the level it needs to be at for Renaud to be great with a low end pig squeal thingy.
Just want this little high pitched thing in the background.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the record, Ties of War?
I love it. I mean.
Yeah.
But obviously I heard it so many times that it's not new. It's nothing new to me. So I just hear the stuff that bothers me. So I can't listen to it.
Well, that was a problem. I mean, we all had, I think, being so close to the product for working on it and stuff, and we didn't take a breather after having recorded it and stuff like that. So we could just see the flaws and not like, oh yeah, it's a great product and stuff, because we were so close and involved.
Yeah, I mean, we had trouble with the bass drum, the tone of this. And
yeah, we did a lot of back and forth with Glenn for the mixes.
Especially for the drums, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, at some point, we just realized, you know what, fuck it. Let him do his job.
When I put my iTunes on random and it just goes into our album, I mean, yeah, it sounds amazing.
Yeah. I mean, just like, that's something, like I said, learning to let go. Yeah. We hired the guy for a reason, he does great fucking metal albums, with great energy. Let him mix it. Don't try to, do his job. Of course, he'll take in your pointers or stuff like that, or if you want a certain stuff. But like, I think you were asking at some point, like, okay, could you raise the vocals on the mix or something? He's like, no, I know where the vocals need to be on a metal record, and that's right there. I'm not touching them.
Yeah, but the guitars were too high, and he noticed this later on. So
yeah, but
it was over the top guitars.
Yes, but he does a lot of over the top guitars. But the vocals, like you said, we're at the right.
He needed a break, and he said, and
yes,
thank God he took a break.
Yeah, but the vocals were at the right level.
Yeah,
anyway.
but when he lowered the guitar, the vocals were fine.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what. Maybe it's the compression or something, but I feel like I had more range in studio when we were listening to it than the final product.
Maybe
I feel like it's a bit more monotone than I remember it, but maybe it's just me, and probably is. So that's why I can't listen to.
No, it's hard to listen to.
It's all like what this could have been and should have been, and
I know it's
never
tough,
will be. And
it's just like, okay, I like to listen to it sometimes, but I mean, also playing it a lot, like rehearsing it, rehearsing twice a week, doing the album nearly every jam and stuff like that, and playing the songs live and stuff like that. I don't need to hear them on the record and stuff.
Yeah, no,
I know them. I don't want to hear them.
Exactly. That's
yeah.
I think it's the same.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a favorite song of that record and why?
I used to hate Tides of War.
Yes, you did.
I mean, I used to hate it so much. And
come on,
gotta say,
spread love on me.
I love that song now. Okay, I love that song. I mean, I feel
right.
it's just the right amount of pop, the right amount of hardcore, the right amount of solos, of everything. I think it's just a well balanced song.
Yeah, fight for that, bitch.
When it was in a different scale, and it was
it was originally in standard tuning. We talked about that with Chris Carrière. You know, we dropped it a whole step, so it's lower. But
also, the MIDI sound didn't help. So
no,
that's what I mean with pre-prod is really important before you judge a song.
Yeah, well, even when we were recording it, you were like, "No, I don't like it," and I was like, "Come on, man!"
While recording the lyrics, but when I heard it afterwards, I was like, "Okay, you know, it's pretty catchy. I like it," and it grew on me.
The flow of it and everything. So that's your favorite one?
It's between this one and
okay, let's say you can pick two. Go for it.
But to play my favorite one to play.
No, off the record, just
of the record
on the album, yeah. Like listening to the album, putting it in your car, whatever. That favorite one, not to play live. That's another question.
Maybe Collapse
on the record.
Yeah, I think Collapse.
Yeah,
yeah. It's a more cinematic song. It's something I like to hear
choir
rather than
part
play.
In the middle, you know, that classic soft electric guitar in the middle before the solos with the choir. I listened to that last week or something. I was like, yeah, that part is. You know, it's really nice, and that's just like choir we added quickly in the studio. It's like, okay, I think it's missing something. I'll go and write something on the computer, and we imported it, and we fucked around with sounds. And
there's everything. There's electronic textures. There's a low part. There's a breakdown. There's like 2 pages of lyrics in there.
Yes, a lot. It's a long song compared to what we usually do.
There's a really good solo with a good build up. There's a lot of
melodies and stuff like
everything I like is in this song. It's a really long song, but it's not a good single. It's a terrible single.
Yes, of course.
It's way too long.
Yeah, no, good song, terrible single.
Exactly, and to play it's really hard. So I think
also yes.
In the album, that's one of my favorite songs because I prefer hearing it than playing it.
Okay, and live, do you have a favorite song to perform?
Tides of War or Annihilation of the Gods.
Yeah, cool. All right.
The beginning is pretty killer.
Yeah. Do you have any best show or musical highlight as of now?
The Bosco show was pretty cool.
Yeah, the home show, our soft release.
Yeah.
On the 22nd. Yeah, that of September last year. I think. You think so? Whatever. Yeah, that was
something like that.
That was a killer show.
That was a really, really awesome show.
300 people and up, I think. Or
yeah, and we got like the biggest wall of death we ever had.
Yeah, people are jumping
especially
around.
Compared to the Toronto tour.
Oh yeah,
the Toronto tour, we had like 2 people just making a wall of death, but it's more of a statement at this point.
Yeah, well, you know, that whole weekend was a fuck up, but other reasons. All right, so yeah, that show was amazing.
Yeah, I guess this show would probably be my favorite show.
From there on, what is life beyond music for Renaud Jobin?
Well, I mean, it's mostly school, jobs, projects, a shit ton of projects.
Okay. You're a man of many hats, and you do many things. I think you were a masseur
I was
for a while.
Massage therapist. Registered massage therapist.
Yeah, okay. Not a cock handler, but, a regular...
which I did work in that field for 2 months. Then I got tired of working in lavender and candlelight.
Now I think you got like 2 jobs and you went to the university. You just finished university, I think.
Yeah.
In
photography and philosophy.
Okay.
So I mean that's cool.
You know, you always always had a lot of jobs on the sides and stuff
I
like
did like
that.
Concrete work. I did stone work. I did I don't know what else. I probably did something else. Cinema.
Yeah. Also that.
Also,
speaking of stuff you do, you've had a lot of girlfriends.
not a lot of girlfriends. I had a few.
You had a few, but you had.
I started early. That's why.
You had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
A lot of experience.
Well, some of it. Yeah, some experience.
Can you talk about your experiences with the ladies? Like I remember something you talked about from I think her name's Roxanne. Do you remember?
Oh Jesus, yeah.
That was when, like 2004. 5, 6?
2000. I was 15. Yeah, 2005.
And I remember the story. You said like, okay, one day we had nothing to do, and we just said, how many times can we fuck in a day or something?
No, we didn't ask ourselves the questions.
We
just started, and then at like 13, we're like, yeah, well, let's just call it a day. I mean, orgasms are not that great anymore, and fuck. And I was kind of hungry.
Okay.
Sorry, because we didn't eat anything. It was like 7:00 at night.
So yeah, any other crazy things like that comes to mind, just like that?
Yeah, I mean a few, but I mean I can't say all of it. I mean, Rich has way more experience than me for this, so that's.
Yeah, but we talked a bit about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
You can just say blank.
I mean, when I was 13, I mean, I had really cool, weird sex with someone that was, I'm not gonna say her name, but it was really awful and really awesome and awful because I didn't quite lose my virginity, but I did at the same time because I just went half in, and then I was like, oh, and that was it.
Okay.
And so I for like 5 years, not 5 years, for like 2 years, I was in this weird state of like, am I a virgin or not? And I didn't know.
Constant state of questioning.
I mean, I know what the inside feels like, but
I haven't been fully in.
Exactly. So I'm like, how does that work? And then I met Roxanne, which is like a sex fiend, pretty much.
Yes, that was
turned me into a sex fiend for a while.
As well, yes.
And which was a really low part of my life.
Some could argue you still are.
No. Not as much.
Not as much,
definitely
but
not. So yeah, I did everything I could possibly imagine, I guess, with that girl, and then had a few more sane girlfriends afterwards.
You had a long-lasting relationship with Laurence, I think.
Laurence, yeah.
Yes, that was good. I mean,
that was great. That brought
sane. You stability and stuff like that.
That was stable, but
after that, you broke up with her. You had, I think, 2 more.
Yeah, something like that here and there.
Now, I mean, you've got
now I'm with
the
best girl in the whole world. So I mean,
with Ariel and stuff, she's really good. I mean, how's life with her? I think you're basically living with her.
Yeah,
right?
we're moving together in about a month.
Okay, well, that's great.
I've been with her for about 2 years, and
is that the longest you've been in a relationship?
No, it's not, but it'll be definitely
soon.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, cool.
No, she's just awesome. And she's a redhead, which is a long time fantasy, which I can finally.
You can finally fulfill that.
Exactly.
Fantasy. Yeah, Firebush.
Yes.
Do you have any wild high school stories or something you wanna share?
Wild high school stories?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just or party anecdotes or whatever. Because I mean, I think were you there at Dim's parties or something like that? Or
yeah, well, it was more like a get together than anything.
Okay,
nothing really happened at these parties.
But I mean, do you have any bush parties or stuff like that?
Yeah, I had some really awful bush parties because it's always awful. And then you get high in the woods, and then you kind of freak out at some point. Yeah. And then you're cold, and then you sleep in a park, and you get sick for 2 weeks. Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
But nothing really, I don't know. I remember making shrooms at school. That was freaking scary shit.
What classes did you go afterwards? You remember?
Yeah, gym.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you run around, high guy.
It was basketball.
Oh, fuck.
That was like the funniest thing ever.
All right.
Then we got mugged by English people after school, and they just stole all our shit. And anyways,
fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything you want to say before we conclude this podcast?
Yeah, next album will be awesome. I mean, I'm pushing because I want to start this process again.
Yes, we're working on it.
Yes.
Calm down. We're trying to fix stuff and get good songs. So it's even better than the one we have now.
Yeah, that one is just got me psyched. So I just
So apart from let's do another album now, do you have any other thing? No.
Well,
like personally,
I hope to tour a lot this summer. I'm definitely
cool.
We're working really hard on this. We have a lot of people working hard for us as well.
Yeah.
And
all right.
Yeah, so we have an awesome team. We worked hard to have this team we have right now.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Godspeed.
Cool. So, Godspeed. That was GodCast episode 4 with Renaud Jobin. Thanks for sitting in with me.
It's been my pleasure.
Oh, no, it was mine, sir. You're too kind.
Stop touching yourself. Why are you touching yourself right now? Why?
All right, man. Thanks for being there. See you next time, guys. So that's a wrap. I'm your host, Matt Saint-Amour from Chariots of the Gods. Keep it metal, keep it real, and keep it rocking.
We'll fight to witness the end.
For all your Chariots of the Gods need, you can go on our official website at www.chariotsofthegods.net or join us on Facebook at Chariots of the Gods. Don't forget to go on YouTube and check out our music video for the song Tides of War. For those of you who want merchandising, go on our official website on Bandcamp. From there, you can buy a copy of our newly released album, Tides of War. They're available in hard copies or digital download. You can also get a copy of our old EP, Reverence, which is also available in hard copy and digital download. And we also have t-shirts available. Chariots of the Gods, Tides of War is also available on iTunes, Amazon MP3, eMusic, Deezer, Rhapsody, Xbox Live, and a lot of other mediums. Go check us out. See you next time.
Make a living for my sorrow. At peace with the heartbeat. We are still sound. There's not much left out here.